As we are kicking off that warming trend here, keep in mind those winds that kick up that warming also stir up all that extra pollen. So the tree pollen counts are very high starting today, and they're going to stay up until rain comes in and washes it away. Now the humidity is also going up. This is something you haven't felt in a while, so you may notice that extra stickiness to the air. It's actually becoming muggy starting this afternoon. That's what limits our cooling in the mornings, and notice it stays humid until that front passes. Then we drop the humidity, drop those temperatures. Now, the one place that I'd say we'd wash away some of that pollen again will be at the Tennessee-Kentucky line tomorrow. Even a couple inches of rain right here over Wayne County. But again, the next best chance for rain for most of our area isn't until Sunday. Front comes through, rinses away pollen, cools us down, but that does bring in a good inch of rain throughout our area throughout the day, Sunday.
Appreciate it, Heather. Thank you so much. This is your morning in 8 minutes. This morning, state health officials are confirming 3 more measles cases right here in Tennessee.
The first case was confirmed last month in Rutherford County. Health officials didn't say where these new cases are, though, but they said all 3 people are at home recovering, and they're working to identify anyone else who may have been exposed. At least 1 measles case is confirmed near Memphis. Well, today, President Donald Trump says he will unveil sweeping new tariffs during a White House event.
Meanwhile, economists fear the measures could bring higher prices with it. The White House says the tariffs will take effect immediately, with U.S. businesses having to pay them. Officials say the tariffs could bring in $6 trillion of revenue over the next decade. Meanwhile, the Senate is set to vote on a resolution aimed at blocking the tariffs on Canadian goods. Some countries say they're preparing to retaliate while hoping for a new deal soon. And Tennessee is just one step away from a law that would make school be an option or school be open about threats against them.
It says schools must notify parents of a credible threat within 48 hours of reporting it to police. The bill has passed both chambers. It's headed to Governor Bill Lee's desk now. He's expected to give it the final stamp of approval. An arrest at the state capitol as a bill in Tennessee involving undocumented students and public school enrollment moves forward.
Under the measure, public schools would be allowed to refuse to enroll undocumented students. The Senate Finance Committee approved the bill this morning. After the vote, a group of protesters disrupted the meeting in the hearing chamber. The meeting went into recess so the chamber could be cleared and everyone left except Lynn McFarland. Now, troopers attempted to convince the 80-year-old to leave, but she refused. She was arrested and taken out of the chamber.
Meanwhile, Governor Lee has signed the bill restricting cell phones in Tennessee schools. It requires public schools to create policies to prevent students from using phones, tablets, even smartwatches during class. Districts can decide how they punish students who break these rules. They can also decide whether students get to keep their phones or have to lock them up. That new rule takes effect starting next school year. And a new plan could help people experiencing emergencies and lighten the load on ambulance services.
Metro Drug Coalition is introducing a new position called the Care Coordinator. It's meant to help people who experience an overdose connect with resources to get help and helping prevent burnout for first responders and stress on the ambulance service, taking some off their plate to free up resources and improve response times. There's already been a noticeable decline for non-emergency EMS calls this year. This initiative goes hand in hand with Metro Drug's Mission District medical team that was created to address the high number of calls for an ambulance from many homeless people who didn't need an emergency level of care. The U.S. Department of Agriculture, along with the Tennessee Department of Health, will be distributing rabies vaccine baits for wildlife this month.
This is a part of a program aimed at keeping pets, even you, safe from rabies. The disease attacks the nervous system in mammals and is almost always deadly. The operation is happening through the 15th. If you see the bait, the USDA asks please leave it alone, saying it is safe for pets and will not spread the disease. We're learning new details about a dispute over a flag at Camping World in Sevierville.
The city has now filed a complaint against Camping World, demanding the company be fined $50 a day over the 130-foot tall flagpole there. The city of Sevierville set a maximum height for flagpoles at 44 feet. City representatives have said there are safety concerns about these taller poles. It prompted the city to ask Camping World to lower the pole. Camping World CEO has refused to adjust the flagpole at the Sevierville location, in addition to similar stances at other Camping World locations as well. And this morning, the Tennessee Valley Fair and City of Knoxville both interested in keeping the fair in its spot it's been since 1916, but they're still trying to firm up the agreement here.
The Tennessee Valley Fair's executive director says the current lease between the fair and the city of Knoxville ends after the 2026 fair. For more than 100 years, Chilhowie Park has been the site for the fair, but after this year is when things get cloudy. The fair wants a longer lease agreement to better plan ahead, and fair officials are clear they do not want to see a future without Chilhowie Park in it. In a statement, the city tells us they would love for the fair to stay in East Knoxville for a long time to come. This is a story we'll keep an eye on for you. And we're just a few days away from the Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon.
Race weekend is this Saturday and Sunday. 2025 marks the 21st year of the event. It's the largest competitive road race in East Tennessee. Organizers gave an update on preparations for the race in a news conference, and they are ready to go. Thousands of volunteers will also be helping with the race, which kicks off from World's Fair Park.
And that race is going to have a lot of road closures this weekend, something to be mindful of in your first alert traffic, Olivia.
Yeah, guys, that's definitely something that you need to watch out for this weekend. But talking about traffic this morning, I-275, this is at Baxter Avenue. Southbound lane seeing some congestion due to that crash that we were talking about earlier. So the crash was right here. It was near exit 387 in those westbound lanes. That's the Alcoa Highway exit. Does look like if you're getting on I-275 at north, we have a tractor trailer pulled over. Looks like there's a TDOT help truck there. That does look like it's pulled over on the shoulder. Traffic is moving, but we are still dealing with the congestion in those westbound lanes headed from 275 to 40 due to that crash. It's now cleared, so that's good news.
5 minutes to 7. I'd say more good news. The weather's at least quiet for now. We do have these clouds that are starting to fan out. I thought this was beautiful, just seeing that glow of that pre-dawn light behind the cloud cover. Sunrise still about 25 minutes out, but temperatures starting to nudge up, especially in the higher elevations. Literally up the mountain, it's warmer than it is down below because those winds are hitting our higher elevations for now. It's going to slide down, spread out for everybody. So at the moment you're walking out the door to 50 in Knoxville. Been watching the temperature kind of teeter-totter here. 49 Oak Ridge, 45 Sevierville, and meanwhile 63 Greenville, even 67 Tellico Plains, and you've warmed it to 61 in Crossville because you've turned windy. So again, those gusts spread out late morning through the afternoon. Basically, we'll just keep the winds and the warmth up starting today. Midday, it'll already be 74 at noon. Southwesterly wind gusting to 35 miles per hour. Stray shower can pop up. High today 82. It's going to still be 80 at 7 o'clock. So we're staying above average, absolutely, starting this afternoon. Now tonight, as I mentioned, we'll stay a lot warmer because the humidity's up. We get some stray rain, but again, those storms will be right here along the North Plateau to the Tennessee-Kentucky line by the morning. That's that outer edge of the front that'll stall out in the region, but that's the closest it's going to get to our area for a few days. So isolated storms outside of that Tennessee-Kentucky line tomorrow. Mid-80s definitely persist Thursday to Saturday before that cold front. Little winter next week. Yeah, I've got more on all that coming up at 7 on the CW.
The little winter is going to really hurt after the 80-degree temperatures.
I agree.
We're seeing.
It hurts a little more.
Oof, we're headed over to the CW. Join us there.